Max, let's move along here this week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast. Just like every week, we're going to get into our game picks now.
Sweet.
Okay. We got 6 teams on a bye this week, Max. 6 teams.
Buymageddon, they call it. Buymageddon.
They are the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Jets, the Titans, the Texans, and the Panthers. Plenty of fantasy options on the Bengals and Cowboys have multiple options. The Jets and the Titans, maybe.
Yeah.
Texans and the Panthers, maybe. Not, but Bengals and Cowboys are definitely juicy offenses. Only 2 weeks, and so there's 8 bye weeks this year in the NFL schedule. 8 bye weeks. Only 2 weeks are there 6 teams on a bye. So it might be tough to find a running back in your lineup this week, Max.
Yeah, no doubt about that. This is definitely the biggest bye week, I believe it is this week with 6 teams out. And
this in another week. 2 weeks.
Sorry, 2 weeks. So I hope you guys drafted well. There's not many, I'm sure there's not many running backs that you could pick up on waivers, but I'll tell you right now, it's better than a goose.
I can't believe Miles Sanders was ruled out on Friday, and
still stumped about that. Definitely. What the hell was that?
Let's get into these picks, those Max, for Week 7 of the NFL slate, starting tomorrow night on Prime Video. We got the 4-2 Jacksonville Jaguars coming off that ass beating of the Indianapolis Colts. You don't want to talk. You don't want to say it was an ass beating. It was 17 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
37-20. They go on the road to take on the 3-3 New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a team that I'm having trouble figuring out. I picked them to win the division. They lose to the Buccaneers and the Texans, but they beat the Titans. They're a tough team to figure out. Trevor Lawrence right now questionable with that sprained knee. Don't know if he's going to play. Don't know.
Oh no.
CJ Beathard is the backup.
Oh, geez.
With not knowing that, fuck the Jags. I'm going Saints at home.
All right. Okay. If Lawrence plays, I'm sticking with the Jags. Okay. If he does not play, I will flip that. But as of right now, he's not ruled out. I'm going with the Jags. I love what they're doing. I love how they're rolling. They're going to win the South. That's a fun game. I think this is a more fun game than we're expecting here. Saints have a great defense. I hope that he freaking plays, because I'll tell you right now, Christian Kirk is in my flex, and I want him.
Ooh.
I want him ready to go.
Trevor Lawrence says his knee injury is progressing rapidly, but with that Thursday night kickoff, it's tough to say. I feel the same same way as you do. If Lawrence plays, I'm on the Jags. If you watched this podcast last week, boys and girls, speaking of Christian Kirk, bringing up Travis Etienne, they were both my buddy, Mr. Tutties, in that ass beating in Jacksonville, Florida. Sam Wilson, Bobby. That was not a good game. Okay, that was an ass beating.
Yeah. Their asses, the names that you just named from our fantasy league, their asses are red. Okay, they didn't even get spanked. They just felt the pain from the Colts being spanked. I'll tell you right now. All you got to do on that, just put some ice on it. Put some ice on that ass.
Moving into Sunday, and another team that needs some ice for their fucking cheeks. We got the 1-5 Chicago Bears hosting the 3-3 Las Vegas Raiders. Justin Fields, dislocated thumb, going to miss a couple weeks, can't grip the ball. What, you picking the Bears at home in this one?
No, no, I'm not picking the Bears. Bears are such a disappointment. I don't know what else to say. I picked them last week to be like, oh, hey, we had a big game against Washington, and we're going to do it against Minnesota too. And
I did too.
It was so pathetic. Oh my gosh, they're so pathetic. It's just so frustrating. I got the Raiders. Okay, can you believe the Raiders are 3-3?
No,
they're fighting for a playoff. They're fighting for a playoff right now. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. But the Raiders are going to be 4-3.
Let's not get head over heels for the Raiders. There are 3 wins, Max. 1 point over the Broncos, 4 points over the Packers, and 4 points over the Patriots. Okay, those are their 3 wins. Broncos, Packers, Patriots.
Yeah.
Raiders aren't going to be in the playoffs.
And then now the Bears.
The
Those
Bears
are
have
terrible teams. Oh, those 4 teams are garbage. Oh my gosh.
somehow the Raiders are only a field goal favorite in this game. I might be looking to take that one.
Yeah.
Raiders in this one by more than a field goal.
Yeah.
Staying in Sunday morning, we got the Cleveland Browns, probably with PJ Walker starting again here. Deshaun Watson can't tell us when he's going to be ready to go. He said it could be tomorrow, could be next week, could be next month. Sounds like he doesn't know what's going on.
Nah.
But that defense sure does. That defense shut down the 49ers last week, got that W. That defense is going to travel to Indianapolis to take on the 3-3 Colts. The Colts are licking their fucking wounds after last week.
Ass beating. A lot of ice.
We saw pretty close to a 50-50 split in the backfield for the Colts, Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss last week. I see that more being 65-35, 70-30 in favor of Jonathan Taylor this week. It's going to be tough to start him. It's going to be tough to start him against that Cleveland defense, but I might have him out there, Max. But I got the Browns getting this one done on the road because I just don't trust Gardner Minshew. Led the week last week with 55 passing attempts, 3 picks. I don't want any part of that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go Browns on the road.
I got the Browns also on the road. The Browns are a better defense than the Jags, and Gordon Minshew played like shit last Sunday. Oh my goodness, it was here. Yeah. Okay, it was here. In Tennessee, I had the game on. I was like, oh sweet, this is a good one to watch.
Divisional matchup.
And the Browns are a way better defense. The Colts, dude. Hey, it's sorry to say that Richardson, he's done. He's done for the season. You know, he had a promising start, so at least you can have that for next season where you're like, hey, okay, well, maybe, Jonathan Taylor signed, but this is not the year, and they're going to lose to the Browns because the Browns are, at least the defense looks great.
Yeah, it sucks for Anthony Richardson and the Colts. You never want to see anybody get hurt. But yes, he's going to undergo season-ending shoulder surgery. High upside player. He's going to probably be in my top 10 quarterbacks going into next season for fantasy purposes.
Yeah.
With that rushing upside, that big body. But we've seen that big body break down in multiple games. I think he might have only finished 1 game from start to finish. So it's going to be high risk with Anthony Richardson moving forward.
Definitely. Nice calling that.
We got an AFC East matchup here, Max. Might be a smacking. The 4-2 Buffalo Bills go to New England, take on the Patriots, who are 1-5. They suck. Buffalo bounce back game. I don't know what was going on last week against the Giants in primetime Sunday night, but bounce back game for the Bills over Patriots.
Bills, easy one. The question I have for you, Cobrizi, though, because you have Ramondre Stevenson, can you start him against this pretty decent Bills defense?
Well, Max, it's either going to be Jonathan Taylor or Ramondre Stevenson. I've been flip-flopping them. And, I talked big talk last week about Ramondre Stevenson, and I said on here, if he didn't score 10 fantasy points, that I was going to change my team name to Blamondre Stevenson. Blamondre. But guess what, Max? Ramondre might be listening in because a season high 15.5 half PPR fantasy points. Got into the end zone. You can probably start him. You can probably fire him up. Buffalo is 22nd against running backs. We might be surprised to hear.
I'm definitely surprised to hear that. Yes.
So you can put Ramondre in there. You can put Ramondre in.
Nice.
All right, Max. Staying in the Sunday morning games here, we got an NFC East divisional matchup. The 3-3, surprising 3-3, Washington Salamanders going to New York to take on the 1-5 Giants. Danny Dookie Dimes Jones missed last week with that wrecked neck of his. I don't know if he's coming back this week. I don't think it matters. I got Washington on the road. Now, are you going to surprise us here, Max? Because I saw last night in our Queef League, you pick up Darren Waller. Now, that's a guy, you drug his name through the mud here on this podcast a few times, and now he's on your team. Can you explain that, please? Do you see the Giants winning this game with a possible touchdown guarantee from Waller here?
No. I got the Washington football queeps. I'm gonna. The reason I picked up Darren Waller is because he's he's owned in 95% of leagues.
Yeah.
And he got dropped in our league.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, it is still Darren Waller, and so he's my backup tight end. I'm like, okay, I'll take a backup tight end in Darren Waller. That's what that. Yeah,
Who's your starter?
Dallas Goddard, which,
Nice.
eh, you know,
Debatable. Debatable.
yeah, sure.
Moving along, staying in the morning games on Sunday, the 3-3 Falcons coming off a home loss to those Salamanders of Washington. They go on the road this time, taking on the Buccaneers at 3-2. Surprising 3-2 for Tampa Bay.
True.
Just got beat at home, 20-6 by the Lions. But Washington coming into Atlanta and beating Atlanta last week, that kind of raised a red flag for me. Tampa Bay at home, I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin to get it done.
I will second that. I think the Buccaneers defense is a little underrated, and the Atlanta offense is just not as good as I was expecting with this youth. I thought they were going to be a lot more. I don't know. I thought they'd pass it more, but they don't really do that. And even Bijan Robinson on the ground, they're not. Their offense does not look good. Okay, it's not an exciting offense. I got the Bucks.
Moving into the last game on the morning slate on Sunday, definitely the juiciest one
Yeah.
in the morning slate. Now, not the juiciest of the week, Max. Not the
Oh,
juiciest
no,
of the
no, no,
week,
no. We'll get to
but
that one.
but the juiciest of the morning games. The 5-1 Detroit Lions, the NFC North leading Detroit Lions, going on the road, take on the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore's 4-2 after that London win over the Titans last week, 24-16. Max, how are you feeling about this one? Juicy.
I think it's juicy. This is going into the fourth quarter, last 2 minutes. It's the game that you want to have on your TV in the morning. I'll tell you right now. I hope you better hope that you're in the surrounding area, or if somehow they put it on your TV, because sometimes you get lucky and they just put a good game on. I am going to pick though the Baltimore Ravens at home.
Ooh.
I'm gonna keep those lines a little bit more modest. Okay, give the Lions some courage. But I was the king of the forest. You remember? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Wizard of
Wizard of Oz. Yeah,
Oz.
okay,
Wizard of
okay. He needs some
Oz.
courage. He needs some courage. Courage.
If nobody knew that, come on. Even I knew that one.
I'm actually surprised you did.
Yeah, come on. But I got Detroit in this one, Max. I got the Lions going on the road to take this one. Offense. Now, no David Montgomery, the rib cartilage injury. Craig Reynolds going to slip in. Jahmyr Gibbs might be back. Baltimore coming back from London. Now, I guess teams are offered a bye week after their London game. Baltimore said, no, we're good. We'll take it later. That travel, I think that's going to have an effect here. I don't think their offense can keep up with Detroit's. I got Detroit Lions on the road in this one.
It's gonna be a great game.
Moving into the afternoon games, we get the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at 3-2, coming off a bye, going to LA, take on the Rams, who are 3-3. I'll make this one quick, Max. This one's only a 3-point line for the Rams, only a field goal, home favorite. I don't think the Steelers are on the same level as the Rams. The Rams have way more options, way more weapons offensively. The defense has surprised us. Rams at home.
I got the Rams at home as well. The only thing going for the Steelers right now is that defense. That's it. Their offense, oh man, it sucks. Oh gosh, it sucks.
Kenny Pickett's a queef.
Mm-hmm.
NFC West matchup here. The 1-5 Arizona Cardinals going up north, take on the Seahawks, sitting at 3-2. Make this one quick here. We're gonna be talking about the Seahawks later. I got Seattle at home.
I got Seattle at home as well. The Seattle, they just came off a big loss. They gotta come on. You gotta take this one. You gotta take this one, especially because everyone expects this team to be so good. Wake up, get a win against the Cardinals.
Probably a snooze fest here in Denver, Colorado, as a lot of them are. If you're not the Miami Dolphins setting records, the Broncos are going to host the 2-3 Packers. The Broncos still sitting at 1 win. I got the Packers coming off a bye. Packers and a smacking. This is a one point line. Fuck the Broncos. Fuck
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. You need to relieve yourself more.
Yeah, man. Once again, coming back, if anyone doesn't know, Russell Wilson claims that he wants to have such a great diet and exercise part of his life where he does not poop more than twice in a week. I would hope that you would poop twice a day. How about that?
I do.
Especially the way that you've been
I
playing
do.
that. Yeah, I mean, one in the morning, one at night, sometimes in the afternoon if you have to. I definitely got the Packers on this. Really quick, going back to the Dolphins, I was looking up Jason Sanders because I need to pick up a kicker this week because of all the bye
Sandas.
week. Sanders, whatever.
Sandas.
Sanders. Uh, and yeah, so I need to pick up a kicker. I look at Jason Sanders and I looked at that game. He had 10 extra points. That means that the freaking Dolphins had 10 touchdowns that game. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, stupid. Stupid. Last game in the afternoon slate on Sunday. It's a juicy one.
Whew.
It's a divisional matchup. Not my juiciest game.
No,
Might be yours.
no, it's not. But it's a juicy game.
Second juiciest game on the week. You still
Yeah.
need your bibs for this AFC West showdown between the 2-3 Chargers and the 5-1 Chiefs. Chargers let me down on Monday night against those Cowboys. I had the Chargers coming off the bye. Let me down. They're not going to Kansas City and winning. I got Patty and Travis and Andy, the boys.
There's not much more to say. I think there's a problem with the Chargers coaching staff. I honestly do. They got look at the lineup: Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert. That's enough said already. Okay, that's enough said. They have so much talent. There's something going on with that coaching staff. I'm telling you right now. Their defense is good too. The Chargers have a good defense. Khalil Mack is back, but Chiefs are going to win this one. There's something going on with the Chargers organization that's not good.
Brandon Staley, the Chargers head coach, his beard on Monday night looked really gray. Now, just thinking back from last year, that beard wasn't gray. I think the hot seat's getting to him. I think we could see a coach fired here soon if the Chargers don't turn it around.
Nice call. You could tell a man how about his nerves by the color of his beard. No doubt about it.
That baby changed shades over the summer. Moving in to Sunday night prime time on NBC. Boy, we've had some snoozers in these primetime slots. Last week, Bills Giants. I didn't even have that on. I didn't watch one snap.
I didn't watch that. Yeah.
But this week, juiciest game of the week. Both teams sit at 5-1. The Miami Dolphins going to Philly to take on the Eagles. This baby's a toss-up. You can start all your players in fantasy.
Yes.
It has the highest over-under on the week, 51.5 points. Max, I'll be quick here. I don't think Philly can score with the Dolphins.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm going Miami on the road, baby. Tyreek Hill is insane. And Raheem Mostert and whatever offense they're freaking running there. Oh, boys. Philly ain't going to be able to keep up with it. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, buddy.
Man, I hope that this ends up being a game that's literally finally the back and forth, score, back and forth. Like, oh my goodness, I hope it's 50-48. It could be. Not that that's I understand there's more to football than scoring, but when it comes to fantasy lineups, this is a game that you start everyone you have, like Cobrizzi already said. Absolutely. But I'm going to agree with you, Cobrizzi. I am sticking with the Miami Dolphins. That offense is outstanding. Tyreek, the freak Hill, oh my goodness, unguardable. And Tua Tagovailoa, I'll tell you right now, he's having an incredible season, just an incredible season. I love to see it coming from this young kid. They're a fun team to watch. I cannot wait for this game. I'll tell you right now, Cobrizzi, I plan on cooking a roast. I'm putting a roast in the oven because I'm drooling over this game. I need something to salivate to salivate
Wow.
my mouth as I'm watching this. Okay, I'm cooking a
Wow.
roast beef with mashed potatoes. I'll figure out the green on the side, maybe some
Ooh.
green beans. But I'll tell you right now, that's gonna be a good meal to keep my lips moist during this game.
Wow. Making me hungry with that one.
Mm.
Did you actually pick a winner?
Oh, the Dolphins, yeah, I picked, yeah,
Okay. Okay. I
yeah,
don't know if
Dolphins,
I'm.
Dolphins.
You just got me thinking about the
Sorry.
the the roast
Yeah,
beef now. That's all that
you're thinking of it cooking in the oven. You're
uh,
just, oh man, sizzling and I know.
taters and greens. Oof.
Mm, mm.
You're getting me worked up. Last game on the week 7 slate. Monday Night Football, prime time, ABC, ESPN, the 5-1 49ers coming off their first loss at Cleveland last week. Going to Minnesota in that pretty nice stadium they got, but not going to see a lot of wins in that stadium this year. 2-4 right now. They're going to be 2-5. 49ers on the road.
49ers easily with Justin Jefferson out. I don't see the Vikings winning any more games unless they play the Bears again.
Well,
Then maybe.
I think they got them coming up. So,
Oh yeah, they do. Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, played twice a year. So,
Well, yeah, but before Jefferson comes back, I guess we'll see. But
uh,
the 49ers are gonna come back. They shouldn't have lost last game, by the way. They shouldn't have lost that game. Jake Moody queefed.
my kicker,
Yeah,
my kicker.
he failed under pressure right there. It was only like a 41-yard field. I mean, 40 yards is still pretty tough. I understand that, but it's pretty doable. Okay, we're not talking 60 yards. We're talking a
No,
40-yarder. He missed it. But 49ers will get back on track.
Jake Moody, the 10th ranked kicker on the season. If anybody was interested.